guys, and welcome to Janet being Janet. Okay, so Miss Amber Lynn did another one of her sit-down videos, and guess what time it is? Time for me to try to make it enjoyable for you and a little bit of entertaining. She did this one over her being a controlling girlfriend, which we already know that. We know it. So let's try to break this down and get a little bit of something out of it that we don't already know. Don't have high hopes for this, but we gonna try.
Hello. Welcome to a new Let's Talk, episode 2. I enjoyed episode 1, so I know I'm gonna enjoy this one as well. This is literally like a Q&A on steroids. So we're just gonna hop right into it. So let's get into sweet and sour.
Yeah, well, Miss Lang, let me tell you something. You can enjoy these, but a lot of us don't. So I don't know where you're getting your information from, but we're here to follow along. So all we can do is let's go for it.
This is where I am taking a random YouTube generator comment picker, and I'm going to be going to my last Let's Talk episode and choosing random comments from there, and then we're going to read them together. So let's do it.
Okay, no, ma'am. Let me tell you what you can do. Okay, let me tell you. So, you can hit random comment, not like that one. Random comment, not like that one. Random comment, not like that one. And you can keep doing that until you find one you like. So that right there is not fair. We do not know for sure that you're picking the first one. So no, ma'am. Slap that hand.
Hot Dog Pasta said, I wouldn't exactly call you clever. ... Cringe? Absolutely, but never clever. Well, we can agree to disagree. Lena XX575 said,
Oh, you hold your horses just a minute. That is not, That is not even appropriate. It is not even you answering anything. You're supposed to be saying, I am cringe. Not, we can agree to disagree. You cannot pick something like that and just fly by it. Nope. No. You picked that one on purpose.
How do you even masturbate? You can't even reach there.
Really? You want everybody to know that this is something you do? Really, Missy ma'am? Okay. If this is where you want to take this, then this is where you want to take this, and we really can't say anything about it now, can we? Ooh, sorry guys. Welcome to Amber Lynn Reed.
Whoa. Are you in my bed with me? I absolutely can. Trust that. CSF.
Hey, hold up, wait a minute. How come you were just doing these one word? You're not even explaining anything. I don't want an explanation about you between the sheets. But you're not even picking ones that require any kind of conversation, any kind of engagement, anything like that. You're just like, wham, bam, thank you, ma'am. Let's go to the next. Pick something that actually has some kind of core to it. Pick something that is substantial, but you're not.
801 said, it is also giving fatphobic. Like, she thinks being fat is inherently ugly, but we are the ones being fatphobic. ... I have always been about body positivity.
Okay, so you're always about body positivity. Do you not remember when you were with Destiny and you were at a restaurant and you came back to the apartment and you looked into a mirror and you said that you were sorry to say this, or you know what, you hate to say it. I don't even think you said you were sorry, but you looked over at another girl who was bigger than you at the time, and you were questioning her about being as big as she was. Do you remember that? And I think you felt sorry for her or something like that, because she was bigger than you and she was out in public eating. I remember that. There was no body positivity there, because you were going right against her.
One of my celebrity crushes is Tess Holliday. I have been very vocal about that. And she is plus size. She is what people call fat. But to me, she is so attractive, literally stunning. I do not think fat is ugly. But for me, I think I'm ugly a lot.
No, you do not. You post thirst traps all the time over on TikTok. You will do it over here on YouTube whenever you want to come up and You want to sit here and you want to do all these seductive poses, especially when you're looking for a new girl in the DMs. Oh, no, 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 ma'am.
I have a random day here and there where I'm like, ooh, she cute. But besides that, I think I'm ugly. That's a personal problem.
There's not random days, Amberlynn. There are not random days. You always think you look good.
That's not about anyone else. K Lady Son 89 said, I just graduated with my master's and landed my dream job at 36. It's never too late to be who you want to be. That is freaking amazing. Congratulations. And that is like motivation and inspiration for all the people who are in their 30s and they feel like it's too late.
She meant that for you, genius. She directed that towards you to get you to do something with your life. Have you caught on? Did you catch on? Maybe I paused it a little too soon. Let's see if she caught on that was directed towards her.
Because trust me, I have felt that way multiple times, but you proved that it's not. So congrats.
No. She a little slow. She got a little slow. I don't understand. Okay, and yeah, my heater's going off and on. It's a little chilly here in Texas.
Lexi Verandas 6708 said, I don't have Instagram. I feel like I miss out on so much. Well, you got picked for the random comment, so it looks like you're not missing out on much. All right, now we're about to do Sippin' Community.
Are you trying to make this thing short, sweet, and to the point? Because that's what you're doing. And if that's your goal, and you're just being able to say, hey, look, I got this video. I said I was going to do this video. I'm doing this video. And I'm just going to go ahead and stick to my word. That's the only thing I need to do. So she's just doing, yes, ma'am, thank you, ma'am, no, thank you. That's all she's doing.
Where every single Monday, I post, y'all ask me questions for my next Let's Talk on my community tab on YouTube. So I can go through, scroll through, we can have a conversation, I can answer some of your questions, so let's get into it.
And pick the questions that she wants to pick, guys. Let me tell you, if she's gonna pick them questions, that's what she does. So let's see if she gets down and dirty. Do you think she gets down and dirty? I don't think so.
Why do you not think you are the problem in every failed relationship you've had? I'm fully aware that I am the problem in some. I'm not the problem at all. And where I am the problem, I have admitted to that ad nauseum. I just think that people villainize me so much that they're not able to see that there's also other people in the equation.
Then why is it all of your exes literally just jump and run? They really do. They'll drop you off and they'll run. It's just amazing. Beck, as soon as Beck could leave you, automatically jump, run. Destiny, jump, run. Wifey drops you off, runs. Tommy drops you off, runs. You may still been in contact, but it's not like Tommy stayed around. Let me help you. Let me help you unpack. Let me stay a week with you. You didn't get to stay up at Tommy's any longer. Tommy was like, no, I'm done. Yeah, no, that was all done for.
Who also are a problem. How can you expect people to believe things you say when you've been caught lying multiple times? People think I'm lying about things that I am 100% truthful on. And it's exhausting at this point. Even when I prove something, people are still like, oh, she's lying.
Because you fake your proof, Amberlynn. You'll go, I have proof of this. And then later it's like, oh, I misread that. I'm sorry. Yeah, this isn't really what it said. I just misread it. Or you'll pretend to be somebody else in chat. Yeah, and so none of your text messages are actually what they should be. Yeah.
So it's like, even if I have proof, no matter what I say, people will believe what they want. But if people think I'm nothing but a liar, then why are you watching? Have I lied to protect people that I love and care about? Yes, I have. But when it comes to me, I don't give a fuck. I literally have nothing to lose at this point.
Your name is Liar Lynn for a reason, because you cannot stop lying, and you absolutely cannot, Missy ma'am, cannot say that you only lie for someone else. I got videos coming up about you. I already posted one about you being Liar Lynn. I'll find some more and post it for you so people can know how bad you really are.
Do you ever get tired of talking about yourself constantly? Have you ever considered a hobby outside obsessing about yourself? I do. I get so tired of talking about myself, but like this is my job. So hi, I have to do that. But genuinely, I'm having a struggle bus of a time even doing my weekly vlog this week because like I literally just do not want to talk about myself.
We beg and beg and beg and beg for side characters. I mean, introducing Mama Lynn, we're like, heck, goodness, yes, we are glad we have somebody else. Wifey was there, but we never got to see Wifey, so yeah, it's a boring era. None of us like single Amber Lynn. None of us do, because this is what we get.
But I set up the schedule, and I'm trying to keep it for you guys. As for hobbies, I have so many hobbies. I am a hobby girly and I go through a lot of like fixations. That's just how I've always been. But one thing that someone cannot say about me is Amberlynn doesn't have hobbies and that she needs to get one because I definitely do. Probably too many hobbies. Please clear up this rumor that you have never done follow-up care post-hysterectomy. You can literally just go back and look at the vlogs.
Leave it alone, Amberlynn. This is proof that you're picking the comments. Not a lot of people ask this question. You picked it. You picked it. And you didn't even have the niceness, the courtesy of going and finding one clip and saying, here you go. No, you're like, go find it yourself. You want proof? Go find the proof. I know it's out there. You got to go find it. I ain't gonna go do it for you. You won't have to go find it yourself.
Because I filmed a lot of my cancer journey. Of course, there's a lot that I kept out. But when I would have a CT scan follow up, I would be vlogging. I'd be like, yeah, I just had my CT scan. Here how it went. Like when I was vlogging, I'd be like, yeah, I just had my CT scan. Here's how it went. I'm really nervous, etc., etc. Like I gave a lot of updates. I have always done the follow-ups for my cancer.
And are you saying that you did not ever say I didn't fit in the machines? The machines only fit 500 and I'm over 500. You never did that, Amberlynn? Okay.
I have always done the follow-ups after my hysterectomy. That is something that I did not mess with. Why do you always start beef with your partner's mothers? There was no beef, as you call it, between Tommy's mom and me or Feline's mom and me, Crystal's mom and me. I'm not going to get into the whole Beck and Destiny, like the mom situation between that. But yeah, there was some rough stuff going on there.
You were horrible to them, Amberlynn, not rough stuff. I don't think Feline's parents live close to you, right? From what I understand, no. And Crystal's parents, you lived with them, but you were so quiet with Crystal, and Crystal, they just gave in to you because of Crystal. Because of Crystal's personality. So there you go right there. When they're not around you, you can't do anything to you. You live close to Beck's parents, and you lived with Crystal's parents. So what is your excuse there?
But at the end of the day, there was also a lot of love, and I have proof of that. Why do you think all of your relationships end up failing? I'm only going to speak on my side of things, definitely because I don't know how to regulate. I get too extreme, too attached, too obsessed, for a lack of a better word.
I'd say so with Destiny. You had to go to work with Destiny all the time just to make sure you were around her 24/7. Beck quit their job. You were around them 24/7. You went and tried to move in with Tommy because you took a crap load of stuff for months on end, and Tommy kicked you out. You had Wifey move in with you in no time flat. I'd say you're a little obsessive.
I'm extremely sensitive, and I have had controlling habits in the past. All right, now we're on to the interview.
She's making these so short, isn't she? She's like, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, I'm gonna say bye.
And this is where you can go to my Instagram and send me a voice memo asking any question that you want. So my Instagram is Hectic Amby, which you will see right here. If you don't have the option to send me a voice memo, send me a little microphone emoji and I will accept your request so you can then send me the voice memo. So I am choosing at random. I will be choosing old voice memos from last week.
She is choosing at random. Why is it she's always choosing at random, but she's not really choosing at random? Don't trust Amberlynn. You can't trust Amberlynn. Random means 1, 2, 3 like you, 1, 2, 3, but I like you better, 1, 2, 3, yep, like you better. She could have went through and chose 50 comments and then went through and chose more comments out of those 50 that went, because remember, she likes choosing, or she likes game Choosie. Remember that. So you go down to, you get to the last couple of ones that you like. Remember that at all times.
And I'll be choosing new ones as well. So you always have a chance to be picked. So it's not like, oh, you sent me one weeks ago, you might not get picked. It's always going to be completely at random.
Okay, so my question is, if you could choose one reaction channel to eliminate, not from live, from YouTube, from talking about you, they voluntarily choose to stop talking about you, who would it be and why? And I feel like it would be Snowflake, but tell me if I'm wrong.
You so picked this one. You picked this one. We know who you wouldn't pick.
Oh my God. You know, that's actually a really freaking good question. More than likely, I would choose Snowflake or the Ankle because they're the two that take really serious situations that have happened to me in my life and they say that I'm lying about it. Or they take situations and they make it into something like huge and massive that isn't even real.
I'm gonna do something you're not supposed to do. Because I'm always honest on my channel. There's one of those channels that I personally don't like. And let me tell you why. Because Amberlynn, I've heard them go after Amberlynn. Fine, go after Amberlynn. Call Amberlynn out. But whenever it comes into Beck, groveling at Beck's feet. Okay? You don't have to. You don't have to answer me, Beck. No. You don't have to, Beck. You don't have to, Beck. If you cannot sit here and be this person to one person and then to the next and to somebody else and be like this groveling little puppy dog at their feet. That's two different personas. And me, you can say I'm the same, my personality on one person and my personality on another person. Amberlynn hasn't ever done anything to me when Miss Katie has. Miss Katie has come after me one time. Amberlynn has not. But out of one of those two channels, I personally have seen a difference in one, and you're not supposed to do that, but I will always be honest with you and about my feelings. I will always be that with you. And I'm sorry for those that this hurts their feelings. I am completely sorry about that, but I will not say the name.
And they plant a label on me that is damaging and completely false. I don't mind a reaction channel. Nitpick all you want. Like, I really don't care. But when it comes to like the deeper shit, like that should just be left alone.
No, the thing is, Amberlynn, if they're going to sit here and if someone's going to label you a certain way, they need to look in the mirror and they need to actually say, hey, if I'm going to label you this way, I need to see who I am. I need to see what I'm doing. I know who I am as a person. I know what I'm saying. I know what I'm doing. That's why I'm like, you can call my channel whatever you want to call my channel. Call my channel a reaction channel. Call my channel not a reaction channel. I don't care. I just want to be on here and I just want to be honest with my feelings and I want to be honest with who I am. Hate me if you want to hate me. That's fine. I may be the first person to speak up. I don't care. I may be, the only person to ever say something. I do not care. Say I'm taking up for Amberlynn. I'm not. Because I used to watch Amberlynn all the time. I'm not taking up for her. But I just don't like a shysty person.
Hey Amberlynn, this is my third attempt at this voice note. I'm going to try my best not to swear either. I've been watching this in context for like 7+ years. I also have BPD. I've done some very bad things in my life, which I regret. I've changed, etc.
I genuinely relate to that.
And
sometimes it's really hard because I think you're a very likable person, but you also
Thank you.
do really messed up stuff. I guess like what I'm trying to get at is
Ma'am, you are him-hawing around just like Amberlynn does. It takes absolutely nothing to go from here to the point. That's what Amberlynn's been doing this entire time up to this. And you're sugarcoating everything up to this point. And Amberlynn's like, oh yeah, I want this question. So I want to go into detail with this question. I want this question. I want to go into detail in this question. I want this question. And no, that's not how things work. And it shouldn't work like this, Amberlynn. Treat one question the same way as the next. They took their time to ask you the question. Take your time to answer the question.
I want to really believe that you regret those things and you want to change because, you know, I know how hard it can be. And I think my question would be like, if you could change one thing, like one situation in your life that you think has steered you in the wrong direction, what would you have changed and where do you think you could be in life now had you acted differently or done something differently, or maybe you wouldn't change anything? I don't know.
Okay, this has gotten way too long. This question has gotten way too long. It needs to be short, simple, to the point. And this is another person. I don't know. Yeah, that's just the way I feel. And Amberlynn is sitting here shaking her head. I get it. I get it. True. Yeah, that's another sign of Amberlynn chose this. That's my opinion.
Normally when people ask this question, it's very much like, what do you wish wouldn't have happened to you that would make your life different now? But I took your question as like, what do you wish you wouldn't have done? If I'm wrong, I'm sorry, but that's kind of what I got out of it.
See, it was too long of a question. It should have been simple, and it shouldn't be something where you have to guess what you have to answer to. Which question is being asked of you? That's what happens when you ask too long of a question and you hem-haw about it.
And for me, it's without a doubt the controlling nature that I had with Beck. Like sometimes I look back at it and I'm just like, wow, I regret that with every single part of me.
Wow.
You need to say, I'm sorry. Amberlynn, come out and say, I'm sorry. You haven't yet to do that. Come out and say, I am sorry, Beck, and then do not talk about Beck again. Be done.
I can't believe I actually get to talk to you. Hi.
Hello.
And you are right when you say people who publicly...
I just heard your kitty.
Amberlynn? No, not this question. No. And Amberlynn gets to say, or gets to hear, you're right. No, automatically bad question.
leave you good comments do get bashed. Because I am one of them.
Oh.
But I don't care when people say nasty things to me. It doesn't bother me.
I feel bad about it because it's like people don't deserve that. I'm glad that you have that like strong nature about you, but it's just like,
see, chosen question. Completely chosen question. Amberlynn lied to everybody else, but the ones that know you chose these questions.
I feel horrific because some people don't have that strength, you know? Okay, let me keep listening, sorry.
But my question for you is, what is one thing that you have said out loud to the public that you wish you could have taken back? Or maybe one thing you have done that you wish you could have taken back?
Question with no purpose whatsoever at all, because Amberlynn is going to think of one thing that she doesn't have to apologize for. And that's, or she won't apologize.
And by the way, I love you. Please don't ever stop making videos and always ignore the haters.
Oh my gosh, thank you so much. I love you too. So I think one thing that I wish I would have never shared was the abusive relationship that I was in when I was a teenager with
RAPE, Rain and Pedals Eavesdrop. Say you're sorry. Say you messed up. Say you were wrong. Do it.
Without a doubt, I wish I would have never, ever vocalized that.
Okay, hey.
It's all over YouTube where Casey said it was you. And then you wrote a poem saying, raining petals, eavesdrop, I used the wrong word. When people came after you, you kind of went MIA. People came after you for the longest time. You do not accuse somebody of that, and you just glimpsed it right over it. Of my abusive relationship. Just passed right over it. She chose that.
Amberlyn.
Hello, hello.
This is Kate. You can totally keep my name in the video. Because shout out to my friends, Miranda, Jesse, Annie, Sarah. We all love watching you so much. Also, me and my husband, Stefan, love watching you.
Aww.
Okay, to the question. I know we are not dating anyone right now. Fuck all of these girls.
Fuck them all.
If you had to describe your dream date, what would it be? Where would you go? Tell me everything.
All right, lady, come on, get to the point. Why? She picked another I love you. All of these are I love you. Get to the nitty gritty ones. Get to the ones where, they don't love you. Get to the ones where we see all the time. You don't see this. This is not what's on YouTube. This is not really what you hear all the time on Insta. This is not what happens. Do not let her fool you. This is not what happens. This tells you that she's handpicking these.
Okay. All right. So we're going to go into like a fairy tale land. Okay. What it would look like is like we're in Vegas and my stamina is better. So like we're going to take that out of the equation. Okay. So we're in Vegas and maybe we're doing a little bit of casino of this and maybe just like walking around and doing a little adventure of this. And there's just lots of flirting and there's lots of like touching and there's a lot of laughter.
So she's like, take me out in public and show me a lot of PDA and show them that I'm with you. Show them that, you are mine. Show me that I can be loved. Show them that, I'm your arm candy. Show me off. Simple, easy, to the point. That's all she wants.
Chemistry. And then there's like dinner and you're like sitting and talking, getting to know each other and you're doing the googly eyes. And then afterwards, maybe you go get a drink somewhere. And again, there's more just like hot passion. If you know, you know. And then after that, maybe there's like a hotel or we go back to, well, yeah, it would be a hotel because I don't live in Vegas. I don't think the person I'm dating lives in Vegas.
Lady, no, young kids watch you. Just hush your mouth. I know younger kids watch her, teenagers watch her because of the simple fact I've heard it too many times that they say that they watch her and she's an inspiration because she's so confident.
So there would be a hotel. We go back there and there's more googly eyes, laughter, getting to know each other. And then, you know what goes down? I don't know. I'm very just like...
You're saying that it's going to be the first date and that you're easy for the first date. Way to go, Amberlyn. Way to go. Or, well, I don't know. Would that be your first date? Probably you would want that to be your first date. Probably.
Laid back. I just want to have fun. I love going out, doing things, and I genuinely feel like I just described my most recent relationship. That's weird. Besides, we weren't in Vegas, but regardless, that's my real authentic answer, and I'm not going to sugarcoat it.
Hi, Amberlyn. I'm currently in university getting my degree in English, and I was wondering, if you went back to college, what would you want to study?
Well, that's awesome. Congrats to you. You're going to do great.
All of these daggum questions are super sugar-coated. I'm talking like really loud. All of these questions are really sugar-coated for Amberlyn. They really, really are. This is pathetic to watch this. It really, really is. This is absolutely pathetic for her to put on the internet.
For me, I definitely would study psychology because I have always been very interested in the human mind. I like to know, why do we do these things? Why is our brains like this? Tell me more. Like when I was going to college, psychology was my all-time favorite class.
Hi, Amberlyn. I'm messaging from Scotland in the UK.
Wow.
And my question is, why do you think everyone believes everything that Beck has to say?
You picked this one. Leave Beck alone. Leave Beck alone. Stop it. You picked this one. Leave Beck alone. This is the second time you have come after Beck.
because I don't believe any of it. I believe you.
Oh my God, the tea. Damn, girl. It's just easier. It's just more fun. It's more entertainment. People want to see me in a bad light. So in any way that they can do that, they're going to do that. And that includes believing anyone that comes out against me, even if it's hogwash.
It's not hogwash, Amberlynn. Beck can say stuff like that because we've watched you all these daggum years, and we watched what you did to Beck. We watched how you treated Beck, Amberlynn. And Beck might have, lost, she quit her job. And as somebody pointed out to me, she quit her back-breaking job, but actually, was it worth it to have to be with you 24/7 and to take care of you 24/7? Was it actually worth it to quit her job? I mean, that's something that she has to, come clear on. Destiny getting all the gifts from you all the time, was that worth it to be with you that long? Probably not. But you need to leave your exes alone. If they're coming out and talking about their trauma right now, you've been talking about them for so long and you've made money off of them and everything else. So you just need to leave Beck alone.
And honestly, I feel like sometimes people don't even believe Beck, but they just say they do just to continue the narrative that Amberlynn is the most awful person in the whole entire world. But I just want to say thank you, and also thank everyone else who doesn't fall into that trap. All right, you guys, now it's time for Tea or Tale.
Maybe this is going to be the last one, guys. I can't remember what all she does. I don't even know. All I know is she sits down and she starts talking, and most of it's lies.
This is going to be a time for me to address rumors that I see floating around the community. I'm going to either tell you, yes, that's tea, or no, that's tail. Amberlynn has not been diagnosed with BPD because she said in her live stream that the psychologist told her she needs to see a specialist. So I was seeing a psychologist for about 9 months, and it was around the 8-month mark where I was finally diagnosed with BPD. So when I expressed that psychologist said I'd need to see a specialist, it is because they wanted me to heal from BPD, and they did not work with BPD patients in that way.
I want a second opinion. I want to see the paperwork. I want to see it. I know whenever I was diagnosed with my stuff, I had 3 opinions, not one. I got 3 different opinions so that I would know what I needed to start with. 3, not 1. And it's not self-diagnosis. You ain't got jack crap.
Yes, I was absolutely diagnosed. It's just the psychologist who diagnosed me didn't specialize in BPD. When you are diagnosed with BPD, you do not have to be diagnosed by a person who specializes in it, but to heal from it and to do therapy for it, it is better to see someone who specializes for it.
In other words, I may not be diagnosed with it, but I think I got it, and so therefore I got it. There you go. Somebody told me, hey, you may have it. I can't tell you got it, but you may have it. So yeah, you got it. Way to go, Amberlynn.
So that is what I meant. So obviously that is tail. When the AirPod is in Amberlynn's ear, that means she is in a relationship. That is obviously tail, because that doesn't even make sense. Because if you go back and look at vlogs when I was in a relationship with Playin, I either had the Beats headphones, I had an AirPod in my ear at all times. Literally, that is genuinely just because I don't like the silence. I always have to be listening to something. Amberlynn is an alcoholic.
Hey, now the whole thing about the earphone in the ear, while I'm editing, sometimes I have of music, or I have something playing in my ear. It's usually something on YouTube playing in my ear. True crime, to be honest with you, playing in my ear.
Tail, 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 and a very offensive one at that. Just because I have 2 or 3 White Claws once a week during a live stream does not make me an alcoholic. When I go on my live stream, I genuinely feel like I'm hanging out with a bunch of friends. So does that mean people who are like out having fun with their friends, or even just in their home?
You use YouTube as a therapy session for you. You get bored at home and you're like, live. And can I say anything though? Because I sometimes call my subscribers that I see all the time in my chat, I mean, all the time, and they watch everything I do because of me. Do I call them more like, friends and family? Yeah, because they know. I mean, I tell my subscribers a lot. That's why I don't say reaction channel. I tell them way too much. Tell them more than I should tell them. I know this. I'm in counseling. I know this. But still, Amberlynn don't think of people like that. She's just like, I want company.
A couple times a week, they just have a couple drinks just to feel a little buzz. Does that make them an alcoholic? No. I have voiced my concerns with alcohol in the past, and I'm telling you, it is not like that. The only time I drink is when I am on live stream, and I didn't even drink last night for my live stream. I don't have an unhealthy relationship with alcohol, so that does not make me an alcoholic. And I think it's offensive to those who actually do struggle.
Amberlynn, here's the thing. Quit picking questions like this. Just quit. It's a very big controversy, and you picked that question because it's been brought up to you a couple of times. You never should have brought that question up because it can trigger a lot of people. It really can. Don't bring questions like this up. Think before you speak and before you choose. Okay? Think.
And it's also painful for me because of what I grew up with. I grew up with a bunch of addicts and alcoholics. All right, you guys, it is time for bad choices. That's where I take 5 of these cards. They're a very hectaconic questions, so let's get into it.
That means we're almost done. We're almost done. We're almost done. Y'all lasted this long. I'm so proud of you. Hope you didn't click off. Don't call me boring. I hope you didn't click off. I try to make this interesting. Don't click off. It's a bad choice to click off, okay? It's a bad choice. Don't click off.
So I'm just going to choose 5 random ones just to get them going. So here we go. Oh, all right, that's 5. All right, first one is, have you ever been punched in the face? That is a yes. Second one, would you get a lot of enjoyment from being a member of the opposite sex for a day?
See, yeah, these are easy for her. She wham bam, thank you ma'am, let's go to the next, yay!
If it's only for a day, then yes. Do you think that you will age well? No, probably not.
Well, yeah.
Have you ever had more than 8 shots in one night? Probably like once or twice. Would you spend the night in a full porta potty for $10,000?
Yes. Yes, I would. I have no shame. I would.
Ooh, I don't know. Let me think. I hate a porta potty, but $10,000 is really good. I think I would. I would literally sit in there and I just scroll Instagram. I don't know, maybe vlog. So that is the end of this Let's Talk. I hope that you guys enjoyed. I know that I did. I will see you guys in my next one. Bye.
Woo! Y'all made it. Y'all made it. I'm so proud of y'all. I really am. And I just want to let you know, if y'all haven't subscribed to me, will you please go ahead and go down there and hit the subscribe button for me, please? I never ask. I never do. And that sounds like begging, and I'm not begging. So just please go. Please don't. Go down there and hit the subscribe button, okay? Watch my Amberlynn stuff. I'm pretty good at Amberlynn as well, I think. I do think I'm pretty good at Amberlynn. I enjoy doing Amberlynn content. I really do. It's fun for me. Everything else is, just entertainment for y'all, but it's fun for me too. So I want to go ahead and say to you, I hope you have a good day, night, weekend, holiday, year, whenever you might be watching this. And I hope you remember to smile today or make somebody else smile, because it really can make a difference. Yeah. All right, guys. Miss Amberlynn, I hope she changes up this little new concept thing she's got going on. I really do. I hope she realizes that not everybody likes this. I am glad that she goes through it really fast. I do full-heartedly believe she picks every single one of these, because absolutely nothing is negative about her. I wish if she's going to go ahead and ask questions like these, she gets into something juicy, but she's not doing that. These will be more interesting if she does start getting into things more juicy. My opinion. in my opinion, because she's kind of boring. She really is. But I do hope that y'all make sure you walk by a mirror today and look at yourself and smile, because it really can change your day as well as somebody else's. Alright guys, y'all make sure you have a good one for me. Bye.